Hi gang, Rob here. It is the afternoon of 30 December 2021, coming to you today on a murky, foggy 35-degree day in Northeast Indiana, broadcasting today from my local McDonald's to make uploading easier in the land of no internet. I have an important Thursday night knife sale announcement for you today with an explanation, and please watch to the end because I have some customer issues I want to avoid in the future. So I'm going to tell you a couple stories and give you some pointers on how to avoid misunderstandings. Okay, first up, as a loyal few of you addicted to knives customers know, every Thursday night there's a knife sale on the TheApostleP channel, and those very few of you have gotten in the habit of contacting me after my heads up video on Wednesday asking for information on the knives available on Thursday, even asking for copies of the inventory list. And up until recently, that number of you has been relatively small, and you've been let's just say high volume customers, so I oblige. And there are knives that get sold before the sale goes live to these good regular customers. And I did something yesterday because that volume has kind of been going up of people wanting early intel. I did something yesterday to kind of test the waters, and I was killing two birds with one stone. First of all, I got a lot of knives from one consignor that are, let's say, highly collectible, highly valuable, rare GEC knives. And I thought, man, these are going to be kind of pricey. I better give my regulars a heads up on these, because if the guys that I know that will buy these aren't watching, they might be a little tough to sell because they're not garden variety GECs. And some of you already know that this happened today. I was besieged with requests about these knives, and let's just address the elephant in the room now. Of the 8 knives of How About the Truths that are available tonight, all but one of them, I believe, yeah, all but one of them is sold, and I will mark them that way before the sale airs. And there's another reason that I said what I said yesterday, which was early birds get on the horn. I wanted to see how many people might prick up their ears and say, early birds, I better get a hold of them. And frankly, it was a lot. It was a lot. So to kind of allay my own conflict, which is not having a clear, fair starting line at 9 o'clock on Thursday night, and to reward those people who inquire early at the same time, I'm going to start something beginning this week or after the sale tonight. So here's the deal, guys. I'm going to do a membership for early sale info. I'm going to discontinue my search list, which I haven't really kept up with, and I'm going to offer a monthly membership for those who want an advanced copy of the sales list. That'll happen either Wednesday night or Thursday morning each week. So it'll be $25 a month, payable by PayPal, friends and family, and you guys who are going to be interested in this know how to do that, but it's the sale email address is what you put into PayPal, rob.bixby65@gmail.com. Membership payment of $25 will be due at the beginning of each month. If you're kind of a onesie, if you just want, a list for the week here or there, you don't have to pay your membership every month, but you do have to pay $25 to get a list. If you're not current on your monthly membership and you want this week's sales list, $25. I just want everyone who watches and participates in the sale to know there's a chance that there might be some knives sold before 9 o'clock on Thursday, and that's how. I'll be interested in your feedback about that. I think it's more fair, and frankly, there's another aspect of that it's meaningful. I sharpen knives every day, all day. And on Thursday, if I get a bunch of requests for pictures and information about knives that aren't for sale because it's not 9 o'clock yet, there's an opportunity cost for me in that. You know, although I've already taken video and spent hours putting it together, I'm taking pictures and answering emails about knives that aren't really for sale yet. And it's become a big enough time demand that I got to start getting paid for it. That is why I go to work, after all. So that's how that's going to work. Any questions, please get a hold of me, and in the comments, let me know your thoughts on that. Why am I not doing it on Patreon, you may ask? Well, I don't really want to do that. I've never wanted to be, on Patreon asking for money for special stuff, and I don't really want to start now. I'd like to just keep it simple because I don't think there's that many of you that are going to want to do that. Okay, so that's that. Second topic, I've had a couple customer heat issues lately, unrelated to objective data about knives. This is just stuff. The first, and the only reason I'm going to mention these is because I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get into this situation with anybody else. But I've always had a few customers who, instead of, as the terms specify, send me an email saying, "I'll take it," about a specific knife, they'll ask me, "Is the Benchmade 940 still available?" If it is, I'll answer, "Yes. Send." Normally, after asking that question, the customer would then send another email saying, "I'll take it." Sometimes, in between those two emails, somebody else jumps in first with an "I'll take it." And guys, you just have to know, my terms are explicit for a reason. "Is it available" is not the same as "I'll take it." Until I have an "I'll take it," your 30-minute clock for payment does not start, because you haven't told me you want to buy the knife. So if somebody else does before you write back and say you do, he's in line first. Simple as that. I actually had one customer who will ask me, "Is it available?" And then, without ever saying "I'll take it," he just sends money. Well, one time that bit him. Somebody else was in line for the knife. And then he wanted to start a big argument about how I didn't have any integrity. And I had to, and he never would get it, even though I know he got it, because rather than admit he was wrong and apologize, he had to continue to argue. So I just banned him. And you know who you are. If you're watching, you're banned. Then I had it happen today. A different way, but guys, my terms of the sale are the way they are for a reason. I've been doing these Thursday night knife sales for a few years now. They're a feeding frenzy, and my terms are the way they are to make it as fair as possible and as clear as possible to avoid misunderstandings that cause hurt feelings. So anybody who reads the terms, and not all of you do, anybody who excuse me, anybody who does knows that you send an email saying "I'll take it." An email to rob.bixby65@gmail.com. Then I send you an email that says it's yours if you got it. And then you got 30 minutes to pay. And then you pay by PayPal, friends or family. And you email me your address. You leave the note blank in PayPal. You guys can read them. There's even a 38-minute primer for buyers video explaining all this. I got one customer, had contact with him today. I believe he's bought one knife from me. He doesn't send me emails. He communicates by Facebook Messenger, which is the worst way to try to get a hold of me to buy a knife. Not only is it not the method specified in the terms, but I don't look at it that often. So he wants one of these How About the Truth GECs. The one knife that he bought, he had to use a friend of his PayPal account for some reason, and it took a while. Today he wants to buy a knife, communicating on Messenger. His buddy that paid for the first one isn't available. So he's got to find somebody else in his office who will pay me $400 in his PayPal account. My response to him was, okay, let me know when you find a way to make payment. I have a bunch of guys interested in these knives. A few minutes later, I get an I'll take it from another customer. He pays for the knife. A few minutes after that, I see money come through PayPal by goods or services from a name I don't recognize. Turns out it's this guy's buddy, another buddy. I immediately refund the money, and now I'm in a quandary because I'm going to refund him his full amount, and I'm going to pay a fee of over $13. I just do it because I know it's a misunderstanding. I'm just going to eat the $13. By the way, I had in between emailed the guy telling him, or I had messaged the guy telling him, don't send money. Somebody else bought the knife. They cross in the air. I got money. I refund his money. I eat the fee. I message him right away, telling him I did that. What does he do? He insults my integrity. So I've given him Earlybird information. He's bought one knife from me ever. I've engaged in communication outside the specified method because I'm a nice guy. I've accepted a goods or services payment, refunded it, eating the fee. And he's going to let the Lord sort this out later. Well, I kind of spelled it out for him like I'm spelling it out for you. And I haven't heard back from him. First of all, guys, they're collectible knives. Nobody dies because they didn't get a GEC Yankee Barlow in African Blackwood. Nobody dies because of that, Doug. Not only did you not die, you didn't spend $400, and now you're in the middle of, I'll just use the worldly vernacular, now you're in the middle of a pissing match because your hurt feelings and your ego won't let you look at what really happened. So, guys, just stick to the script. It's really not hard. If you need an exception to be made, ask. I'm probably less likely today to make them than I have been because I don't like this stuff. I just don't. No good deed goes unpunished. So what I'm doing today is kind of trying to clear up opportunities for misunderstandings and hurt feelings, and I hope this all makes sense to you. I hope I'm not recording this video too early, like maybe I should have cooled down, but I hope you understand. But I guess that's it for this one. I'll be back tonight at 9 for the knife sale. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll be interested to hear. Grace to you and peace, my friends, from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. Remember, the word is sharp. Sale time at 9 o'clock. Be there or be square. Talk to you soon.